Hey everybody, I decided to do a little comparison of teeny weeny tiny mini fridges. This is going to be my unboxing and review of the Cooluli and the Gourmet. Let's get started. So let's start with the box that it comes in. This is the Cooluli. This is model number CMF4L. And over to the right, this is the Gourmet. And this is model GMF-600. Now, as you can see, for the Cooluli, it's powered by an AC, a DC, and also a USB power cord. Whereas the Gourmet only has an AC and a DC power cord. Now, it's not to say that that's a bad thing, because if you want to take yours on the road, or you have a small apartment or dorm, then you can use both units. However, if you want to use it on low power mode, then the Cooluli might be the one to go with. Now let's take a look at how these two measure up side by side. As you can see, the Cooluli appears to be about, let's say, 10.5 inches tall. It looks to be about 9 inches in depth. And maybe about 7 inches in width. Now for the Gourmet. Looks a little bit shorter, just under 10 inches in height. About 9 inches in depth. And also about 7 inches in width. Now let's take a look at the inside. Cooluli and Gourmet both brag and boast about being able to carry 6 cans. This is true. And I'm sure what a lot of us would like to know is, can it hold 16.9 ounce bottles? As you can see, they both have removable trays. So we'll take those out. And look what I happen to have here. 2 16.9 ounce bottles. Oh. Looks like the Cooluli cannot hold 16.9 ounce bottles straight up. Now, if you put it in at a slanted angle, then you can carry 2. It will not be 4. As for the Gourmet, although slightly more room in height, you still cannot do it without putting it in at a slanted angle. At which point, you can securely close the door and hold 2 inside. Now, another thing that I notice is the durability of both items. Cooluli has solid construction. It's like a tough plastic, but it's durable. You know, you get the sense with this one, you can knock it around a little bit and it can last. Gourmet, not so much. Feels like cheap plastic, and I feel like if I dropped it once, that would be the end of it. But what we really want to know is, how do they perform? I mean, if I were in a store right now, looking at both the Cooluli and the Gourmet side by side, what would stand out to make me want to choose one over the other? Well, how about we start with the performance? The Gourmet says it can cool the temperature up to 32 degrees below the ambient room temperature. The Cooluli says it can cool up to 40 to 45 degrees below the ambient room temperature. So let's take a look over here. Yeah, that's my thermometer. It says 69 degrees inside this room. So let's check it out. Room temperature water. Room temperature water. Now we're just gonna go ahead and walk away and give it some time to cool and see how long it takes and how good each of them perform. So it's been about 2.5 hours and let's see what we have. So this is my thermometer inside and outside. Now typically I use it for my inside with a probe that goes outside, but in this case the inside, which means inside the home in this case, 68 degrees, there was 169 degrees, and the outside, which now will indicate the temperature that this probe is picking up on, as you can see, is 48 degrees. And this is after only 2.5 hours. Now, according to manual, it takes about 2 to 3 hours for it to reach a chilled temperature. And it says that it's supposed to lower the temperature about 40 to 45 degrees lower than ambient room temperature. Now, obviously, you can see that that's not the case. It lowered it about 20 degrees. But now let's see how it feels. It is definitely cold. I can definitely feel it. That is cold water. That feels like it's not quite like it's been in a refrigerator, a normal refrigerator, but it definitely feels cold, like a lot colder than room temperature water. So even though it's only 20 degrees lower than room temperature, and you can already see it starting to go up, it is definitely, that is a cold bottle of water. Now, as you can see with the Thermoele, it looks like it's just about the same. About 20.5 degrees actually, so the Thermoele looks to have cooled it down slightly more than the Cooluli. However, that could possibly be because it has a hinge lock, whereas the Cooluli has just a magnet lock, so it's probably a better seal on the Thermoele. Now let's see how the water feels. And once again, the water is very cold to the touch. That is definitely a chilled bottle of water. So I'd say that the Cooluli and the Thermoele are probably about the same. The Thermoele is slightly better, but you're not going to really notice a big difference, if any at all. Okay, this time I'm taking some room temperature water and we're going to try the warmer in each of these units. This time we'll start off with the Thermoele. Now you'll notice that the temperature was 68 degrees in the beginning. The room temperature has risen to 69 degrees, and the inside is quickly heating up. So I stepped away momentarily, a little longer than half hour, probably about 45 minutes. And as you can see, the temperature has greatly risen from 79 degrees to 127 degrees. It's kind of been going up and down. It looks like it's reached the maximum temperature. Yeah, it seems to be going up and down. Now it says in a ambient room temperature of about 75 degrees, it will reach a maximum of 150 degrees. That does not look to be the case. Now the fan has been going off and on, and it is possible that perhaps it could heat up a little more. But in fact it just did. Jump to 129. So it is possible that it will continue to rise a bit more. I cannot see it reaching 150 degrees. But I think it will keep your items warm for a longer period of time. So as you can see with the Cooluli, it looks like it's only reaching a maximum of about 117 degrees. Now it says that it should make between 122 and 140 degrees. Obviously that does not seem to be the case. It actually just risen to 118. It doesn't look like it's going to go too much higher than that, and it's been in there for a little over an hour. I'd have to say that it does not make the standard as far as warming. It does fairly well with cooling. In fact, it doesn't appear as though the Cooluli or the Gourmet make the standard. Now, don't get me wrong, they're both very capable items. They both perform fairly well, especially the cooling temperature. And I can't say that either one of them are bad units. It really just comes down to preference. I will say that taking both bottles out of the Cooluli and the Gourmet, the Cooluli's bottle is actually a lot warmer than the Gourmet's bottle of water. So perhaps there's something wrong with my thermometer, but yeah, it appears that the Cooluli does actually heat the water up faster and more efficiently than the Gourmet. Anyway, that concludes my unboxing and review of the Cooluli and the Gourmet. Now, if you are looking to save a little money, the Gourmet is slightly cheaper. I believe it's running for about $43 or so on eBay, and for the Cooluli I've seen it as low as $48. So you know, it costs a little bit more money, but still pretty much in the same price range. Either way, these are both good products, so happy shopping.